He's
Okay.
got a little
I'm gonna
hunchback.
put this on your book. I think that it's time we all talk about the real apocalypse. You may have all seen Mr. Sassy Man Pookie online. Mr. It's the way you act.
Guilty.
I'm a married man. You know, Mr. Sassy. So we thought it'd be funny if we did a video on just some of the sassiest men that have been affected by this sassy man apocalypse that's going around.
To be honest, I feel like it's been a thing people have been joking about for a really long time, but now it's being like more socially accepted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like people said sassy men like for a long time in a negative.
Yeah, like,
whereas now it's kind of like,
yeah, I'm sassy.
Yeah,
What
the
did
men
he
are
say?
embracing it.
He's like, I'm sorry, I really want to be cool and mysterious, but God wanted me to be sassy.
You know what I love too? Is the fact that when he first started blowing up, someone commented and was like, oh, you have an older sister. Like, you definitely have one. And he was like, yeah, full credit to her. Like, it's always the sisters that make it.
For reference, she is my older sister.
I'm the oldest of all four of us. So.
Yeah. There's 4 of us. But yeah, anyways, we thought we'd discuss.
And Ben's hella sassy, actually.
Yeah, we actually have a brother that's like hella affected by sassy man syndrome. Like, it affects his daily life.
Yeah.
His operations.
Yeah. To be honest, the other one's affected too, but he's more of that like quiet, subtle sassy. He's like, he doesn't speak, and then when he does speak, it's so like,
it's like
filled with attitude. You're like, girl, where'd this come from? But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to start with your top picks for the sassiest men?
Well, I feel like you should start with the one because when his name's Prayag, right? Or is that just his username? I don't know. Let's call him Pookie. When Pookie was started blowing up, people were like, "Oh my God, you are this person through and through," which is, you don't know, Keo. Yeah.
People said that?
Yeah, people were saying Keo and Pookie.
Way.
They were like, they are the exact same person. And they weirdly, like, they don't look alike, but they have, like, the same essence of their...
Okay, yeah, my first pick for Sassy Man Syndrome is Keo.
From P1 Harmony.
Yeah, from P1 Harmony. And if you see any videos of him, like, he is not playing into that idol, like, oh, like, I'm your sweet boyfriend. No. Like,
who's that behind you? Girl, this is a white wall.
He's like, and what? And what? Girl, what? Girl, what?
Yeah.
That's a blank wall, you know? He's like, so what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? That's Keo.
You know what I just noticed too? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not to cut you off, but like I was going to say one of the sassy men that I feel like was out the gate was Drake. And now that I'm kind of deeping it, isn't it funny that Canadian men are sassy?
Canadian men are sassy. We're not like Americans bully the shit out of Drake.
Yeah,
for
that's
being
true.
sassy and like being like.
But that's funny. Pookie, Keo, and Drake are all Canadian.
There's something in the water over here.
Yeah, basically.
There must be. There must be.
Yeah.
No, Drake is like sassy in the funniest way possible because it's like it's very clear that like the way that he's acting is part of his personality and he's like joking, but like people don't
get the joke.
Yeah, they don't think that he's joking. So
like,
it's like, oof.
I know when he does corny stuff, some of it is corny. But even when people, like, talk about, like, his accent or whatever and stuff like that, it just makes me cringe that they're not getting it.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I'm like, I don't know if it's because I just refuse to believe anyone can be that corny. And like, so I'm like, obviously Drake is kidding. Like, obviously
he's taking pictures
joking.
like this.
Yeah. He's taking pictures, like, with a female glove on, acting like it's a female stand. Like, he's being silly goofy.
Okay, my second pick for Sassy Man Syndrome is Jimin. You know I had to mention him. Jimin is, like, sassy in, like, a bitch way, but I can't even be mad at him or hate him. Like, fully, I am Jimin biased, okay? I'm gonna say that first. But he is a bitch. Like, I know I wouldn't want to be on his bad side. Passive aggressive, side eyes, everything.
He gives a lot of
the whole pack. Rolling his eyes.
Low key, half of
rolling
BTS,
his eyes.
I would say, is sassy.
I was about to say special mention to Jin and J-Hope as well.
Really? I wasn't even thinking of them.
Who were you thinking?
Yoongi and V. I feel feel like Suga's
BTS.
Yeah, I feel like Suga really side eyes people. Not side eyes, actually. He stares you down and he's like, and same thing with V. I think V's a massive shit talker.
Well, V has to be because he's best friends with Jimin. So it's they're two sides of this. They're talking shit together. Ooh, yeah. I would not want to be on their bad side. For real. They would tear me to shreds.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I think most of BTS is. It has to be
I honestly think Jungkook's not sassy.
Yeah,
I think he's more ditzy.
He's himbo, but all love.
He is himbo. And I think RM's sassy, but in a you're being an idiot and I can't believe that.
Yeah. But Jimin's just classic sass. He's what you think of when you think of sassy.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, going off the whole boy band, Louis Tomlinson, any Directioners, if you know, you know, that man is this is so corny, but in 2012, everyone, they used to give the corniest nicknames to everyone. They used to call him, he's from Doncaster.
I'm scared.
They used to call him the Sass Master from Doncaster.
Oh my god! That's
he's
so
super
painful.
Sassy with fans, interviewers, other celebrities. He does not care who he's talking to.
That's bad.
No, I mean,
it's giving amazing. It's
amazing. Extraordinary. No. I can't remember what they are. I only know amazing. What's the other one? Oh, extraordinary. I don't remember the rest of them. Sorry.
Comment if you know.
Yeah.
You know what? That's kind of surprising. Because I feel
For Louis?
Yeah, I feel now when I see him as a grown man that's fairly serious and
He's got even more I don't give a shit attitude now than he did before. I feel before it was genuinely sass mixed with, just a bit of childlike behavior, which is fine. But now he's if an interview's interviewing him and they're talking about oh yeah, I just listened to your whole album, he's bullshit. He's yeah, right. Or whatever. Or to fans, he's throwing up the fingers. I don't give a shit.
It's kind of reminding me of when BTS were on, I think it was James Corden's show. And he was oh, I love the album, guys. And then I don't know which one of them was what's your favorite song? And he goes, Dynamite. And they're okay, come back to us when you actually listen to the album.
Ooh. But I like that stuff. Funny enough, I cringe when I see it. But I'm honestly, that's so funny.
Yeah. Because they're not mad about it. They're genuinely just
it's just funny thing to say. Yeah, because I feel a part of the industry is when people play into the fakeness of interviews and the politics of it. So whenever someone's
yeah,
you really? Funny enough, obviously Pookie started this revival or not
revival arc of
bringing attention. But there's also other TikTokers that super sassy.
The trend, guys, I've been subject to the sassy man apocalypse, and it's girls filming their boyfriends. That trend is so funny because you know just how many of them are actually hella sassy.
Well, what's kind of crazy to think about, because when I would see those videos, I always think I wonder if men in our generation just feel more accepted to entertain other sides of their personality, or if older men do have sassy moments but they just keep them to their wives in secret. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's really hard to picture a 50-year-old Canadian man right now even having that sassy side in him, but all these girls online, they're gonna grow up, these men, so it's I don't know if it's just our generation's acting different, or if it's they're just showing it.
I think it has to be they're just showing it. I feel
really?
Yeah, I feel especially older men that have wives that are in a lot of gossip, they have to be in on it, and they have to be
that's
talking
true.
Shit with their wife.
That's true. You know what they say? They say men's gossip is 10 times better or worse, depending how you're looking at it, than women's gossip.
Really?
Yeah.
In what sense?
They just always, they just know the tea on everything. They want to know the gossip. And to be honest, even in high school, I was never, friends with many guys in high school, but anytime they knew that I knew something, the way they would, no, bro, like, come on, like, and I was always like, we don't even speak once we step outside this classroom.
Get away from me. It's kind of reminding me of, from Selling...
Sunset. Selling Temp. Oh, the OC, yeah. Gio, if you know, from Selling the OC. To be honest, even Jason. Yeah. Jason Oppenheimer, the one brother, he's not in it, but he loves sitting there listening to all the gossip. Yeah, he loves the gossip. And Gio is just in women's business.
Permanently, like, forever. He's just like, oh, so what's going on? Like, what'd you say?
Yeah. Oh, you know who else is super sassy? If you guys know, like, Shits and Gigs, James and Fuad, but especially James.
Very sassy.
Super sassy. James is so sassy. They just did what's that channel like where they do interviews while they're buying sneakers?
Donnie will be in my DMs like, bro, you're so sassy, you're moving so sus. And it's like, your girl's literally moving to me 2 messages down. Yeah.
Even just their intro, they were walking in and James grabs Fuad's arm like he's like his girl or something. Yeah, I love them. But the TikToker I was even going to talk about is if you guys know Sebastian. All I see is his videos. Really? And to be honest, the ones I would mainly see were him making a sandwich. No, the first time I saw him... Yeah.
Prosciutto.
Yeah. And when he was when that Brazilian... I don't know if it was Brazilian, sorry, but it was like that Latin dance was going viral. And he was doing it so good. Yeah. So much better than her. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I also think that, like... less in the spotlight now, but if you know, like, Tyler the Creator is the sassiest man I've ever seen. I'm not finished. Can you let me finish? Like, okay.
That acceptance speech he gave in the Brit Awards, do you remember?
Which one?
Where he was like, you know, for 5 years or however long, I wasn't allowed in this country, and I just want to thank one person, and I think it was Theresa May, I could be wrong. And he's like, because I know you're mad as fuck at home right now, because I'm here winning, or something like that. But, yeah, he was so funny. You know what kind of is funny? Like, but he's had such a downfall and downgrade that I feel like it's hard to compliment him. But Kanye West, honestly, was so sassy and so funny.
Really? I was never, like, into him like that.
I guess you were a little younger, like, Grammys, and he was like, everybody wanted to know what I would do when I went away. He's like, I guess we'll never know. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's mad sassy.
Well, I think kind of in that realm.
He also is, like, the type to, like, get in women's business. Like, even with his girlfriends and wives, ex-wives, whatever, I feel like he's very obsessed with, like, their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also in that realm, we can say safely that Scott Disick is definitely a sassy
He's
man.
A sassy man, yeah.
What did he say? It was, like, about him, like, when he was shaving Courtney's, like, coochie or something. And
I worked at a barbershop for 3 days. I could trim you up real nice. It's gonna run you about $13.50 though. Her bush is hanging out like it's the 80s, and I'm not gonna stand for that.
He was like, I'm gonna line you up or something like that. Like, it was so funny. No, but Scott Disick
Lord
really
Disick.
Is sassy. Yeah,
who remembers Lord Disick?
What's Lord Disick?
He used to call himself Lord Disick. And his he had a cape and everything that he would walk with. And I think his IG handle used to be let the Lord be with you or something like that. Sassy Scott Disick. Yeah. Lord Disick, if you remember Lord Disick.
That's bad.
Yeah, he was sick for a while. I feel like Courtney leaving him humbled him a bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, it's funny though. I think, like, there's a lot of rappers now that play into that sassiness more than, like, I feel like in the early 2000s and 90s, it was more of that, like, roughness. But now they feed into, like, the sassiness
more. Or
Lil Uzi, I would say
Lil
sassy.
Uzi's not sassy. He's cute. He's like that.
But he's
kawaii,
got, like, to me, he's like Jimin. Where if you did something to piss him off or bother him, he'd give you major side eye.
Really?
He's like, yeah, he'd like look you up and down and like walk away. Oh, sorry. One last person I'm gonna go out with, who I feel like there's different types of sass, right? Like there's the super sassy, and then there's like the shady sassy, and then there's like the almost like a little bit more masculine sassy. Dylan O'Brien. If you know, you know, and I'm not going to say any more on that, but if there's any sassy men that we forgot about or we're just, like, dismissing completely, let us know.
Yeah, who's the sassiest man that you guys have seen?
Yeah.
Like, anyone sassier than Mr. Pookie Bear himself?
Yeah. See if you can top Pookie, and we'll see if, I don't know what we'll see, but
We'll see.
yeah, we'll see if you
We'll
can top
see.
Pookie, period.
Goodbye.